Good morning and welcome to another episode of SmartFox TV.
Welcome to National News. Today we'll be covering President Donald Trump's recent positive COVID-19 infection. So it all started Wednesday when he went to Minnesota for a fundraiser and rally. And then on the way back, Hope Hicks, who was senior aide to President Trump, exhibited symptoms and started to isolate herself. Trump confirmed Hicks's positive diagnosis that night during an interview with Sean Hannity at Fox News. Later, he tweeted and confirmed that he, Melania, and Hicks were all tested positive for COVID-19. So, as a precaution, he ended up going to the Walter Reed Medical Center. Trump's tweets updates since then have all been largely positive. So here's a clip.
I came here, wasn't feeling so well. I feel much better now. We're working hard to get me all the way back. But this was something that happened, and it's happened to millions of people all over the world, and I'm fighting for them. Not just in the U.S., I'm fighting for them all over the world. We're going to beat this coronavirus, and we're going to beat it soundly. But I had no choice, because I just didn't want to stay in the White House. I was given that alternative. Stay in the White House, lock yourself in, don't ever leave, don't even go to the Oval Office. I can't do that. I had to be out front, and this is America. This is the United States. This is the greatest country in the world. This is the most powerful country in the world. I can't be locked up in a room upstairs and totally safe and just say, hey, whatever happens, happens. I can't do that. We have to confront problems. As a leader, you have to confront problems. There's never been a great leader that would have done that. I want to thank everybody. Our First Lady is doing very well, and we're both doing well. Again, over the next few days, we're going to probably know for sure. So I just want to thank everybody out there. The outpouring of love has been incredible. I will never forget. Thank you very much.
Thanks for tuning in today for our national news.
Welcome to Sports Trivia Mondays. Which NBA player of the 1996 draft class was drafted first? Kobe Bryant, Steve Nash, or Allen Iverson? Be right back with the answer. Hello, Tracy here with This Day in History for October 5th. There are 87 days left in 2020, and today is International Teachers' Day. In 1961, the iconic romantic comedy Breakfast at Tiffany's, directed by Blake Edwards, had its world premiere, starring Audrey Hepburn. Based on Truman Capote novella, the naive, free-spirited Holly Golightly, who wants to marry into money and befriends a struggling writer, George Peppard, as Paul, but Holly changes his name to Fred. Originally, they wanted to cast Marilyn Monroe, but Marilyn's manager did not think it was a good idea for her, so the beloved and iconic role will always be known as the fashion icon Audrey Hepburn. The movie changed the way women looked at fashion, accessories, and most importantly, their jewelry. And the title of the movie came from the opening scene when Audrey gets out of the taxi with her coffee and eating a Danish out of a bag while gazing longingly at the jewelry at the Tiffany store that symbolizes luxury and wealth. It all appears so close to her, but we learn through the story that it is out of reach. While she is living the way she wants it to be, putting on a show and not knowing who she really is, until the very end, when famously quoted by Paul or Fred after his frustration. Quote, "You call yourself a free spirit, a wild thing, and you are terrified somebody's going to stick you in a cage. Well, you are already in that cage. Wherever you run, you just end up running into yourself." Audrey received her 4th Academy nomination for her work on the film, and the film won for Best Original Score. The most familiar song was called Moon River, composed by Henry Mancini. Some little life lessons from Breakfast at Tiffany's. 1. Don't take yourself too seriously. 2. Find happiness in the little things. 3. You don't have to have everything in your life together. 4. Your pets can be your best friend. 5. We all feel lonely sometimes. Even the most social people feel this way. 6. Respect yourself and the people you love. 7. Remember where you came from, but don't let it limit your future.
Hi everyone! This morning we have DJ Brown joining us from Menifee, California. He is a personal trainer and a strength and conditioning coach. He works with adults as well as student athletes. Good morning, DJ. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. And just to say again, thank you so much for being on SmartFox TV.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you. So just a small background here. Because of the pandemic, for others at least, we're seeing that shift of going to the gym, going out for a run, to buying equipment for the home and working out there. So I know for a fact Amazon and Walmart were running out of affordable equipment for people to order online because people were beginning to shift from, working out in the gym and other places to working out from home in the last few months. And those companies were definitely not prepared for that. But the fact of the matter is, you don't always have to work out with equipment or weights. Isn't that right?
Bodyweight workouts are just as effective and efficient as going to the gym would be. And it can also be less time consuming. So my list of top 5 at-home bodyweight exercises would be, number 1 would be a push-up, just because it's upper body exercise that targets your core, also while targeting your biceps, triceps, and your chest muscles. Second on that list would be a jump squat. Jump squats are a great exercise to use as high intensity interval training. So it means that they'll get your heart rate up also while targeting and strengthening your quads, your glutes, and your hamstrings. Next would be planks. Planks are an overall core strengthening exercise as well that helps strengthen your shoulders, your back, your triceps, biceps, and your abdominal muscles. Next would be sit-ups. Sit-ups are just a strictly core exercise that targets the full range of your abdominal muscles. So it just targets straight abs. So it's just a great core strengthening exercise. And lastly would be jumping jacks, which are a great exercise for getting your cardio in, because doing jumping jacks will immediately increase your heart rate and just work on that cardiovascular training and just creating a healthy heart and healthier you. So with all of these exercises, to do all these exercises, I recommend doing at least 3 sets of 10 to start out for my beginners when it comes to doing the push-ups and your jump squats, and then ranging into our planks, our jumping jacks, and what was the next one? I forgot what it was. I got out of order.
Push-ups, jump squats, sit-ups, planks, jumping jacks.
The sit-ups. I forgot the sit-ups. All right, so I'm gonna start from there.
Yeah.
Okay. So for what I would recommend for my beginners when it comes to these exercises, with our push-ups, I would recommend doing 3 sets of 10. Same thing with jump squats, 3 sets of 10 there as well. But when it comes to our sit-ups, our planks, and our jumping jacks, I recommend doing those for time. So doing about 3 sets of about 30 seconds each one of those, just to start out, just to see where you're at. Would be a great way for everyone to start out and just see where you can progress from each one of those exercises.
Okay. And honestly, I'm a big fan of working out from home. Like, I very much dislike the gym. So, when the pandemic hit, I was like, okay, now I can work out from home. But, because I haven't been able to leave home, that motivation for working out has kind of like gone out the window, It takes like maybe every once in a blue moon for me to pick up my weights when I realize that, dust is starting to gather on them and I should maybe use them. So with that said, do you have any words of motivation for people to become active again or to get active?
The healthier version of you is waiting for you to take that first step. And that first step is always the hardest step. But once you make that move, it's great for you, for your self-esteem, for your confidence, because you can't get anywhere you're trying to get to without taking that first step. So that first one is always a big thing to get going. And once you get there, just be consistent.
Okay, well, I'm totally going to take that quote with me. Hopefully it kicks in. Hopefully it kicks in after this meeting with you. But thank you.
It's no problem at all. It's no problem at all.
Thank you, DJ. Well, I did want to add this in since I totally forgot it in the beginning. But by the way, everyone, DJ has been into fitness for 15 years and has played Division I football for Western Kentucky University. So,
That's correct.
Some added credentials there, everyone. Okay. But DJ, thank you for joining me today for SmartFox TV. Again, we greatly appreciate your presence here and your tips on the 5 moves that do not involve weights.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate being here.
Thank you. Have a great day, okay?
All right, thank you. You too.
Thank you.
The NBA player of the 1996 draft class that was drafted first was Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was the first pick of the 1996 draft, while Kobe Bryant was 13th and Steve Nash was 15th pick. Throughout Iverson's career, he was an 11-time All-Star and a 2001 MVP. Thanks for playing Sports Trivia Mondays.
Thanks for watching SmartFox TV. I'm Chris Yates.
I'm Kim.
I'm Sally.
I'm Tracy.
Until next time, stay
Stay
foxy.
foxy.
Thank you so much for being on SmartFox TV this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So just
Dang, I don't know. Stretch in, I'm good. I'm good to go.
okay. I'm gonna say my part real quick, just so
Okay,
we
yeah,
can.
that'll help.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
that'll
can
help.
prompt you. Okay.
Yeah, that'll help.
But pause for 2 seconds before you give your answer.
Okay.
Okay. But the fact of the matter is, you don't always have to work out with equipment or weights.
Yeah, so a lot of body weight exercise you can do. You can get the same effective and efficient and workout as you would with weights, and it's less time consuming. So my list is top 5. See, now you're throwing me off.